I said, well, a friend told me that if you want to pick up women, go hang out at the bar. But I don't think this is the bar that they were talking about. Maybe. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector, and this is Gold Rush 23. Well, after last week, I decided, because the weather's holding until this afternoon, to come back where I did those 3 pans. So I opened it up a little bit wider, got most of the rocks, big rocks out. There's that big rock, and I know I went down over here, so I still got some more digging to do. But basically my goal is to classify 4 buckets to start with, and then all I'm going to do is speed pan it and dump it into one of the buckets, and then take it home and clean up the super classified stuff. So of course I have to have my hydration station, so that was a lot of work, but not as hard as the first time. So a little bit more to do. And the other reason I kind of stopped is because I did open the hole up a little bit. We're kind of getting on that layer again. So I'm going to get these rocks out and kind of do another test pan. I'm going to move some dirt today, I hope, and find me a good nug. Gold Rush 23. Oh, and we're still fishing. Boats going everywhere. All right. Let's get to work. Gold Rush 23. Just as I turned the phone off, the guy in the boat there hooked one.
Good one. It's a pretty girl.
What's your name, big guy?
Asher.
Asher just nailed himself one.
Oh yeah. Sweet pink cherry.
How many pounds you think?
That's the 12.
You think? That's nice.
Yeah. Good female. I mean platinum. Let's wait here to get this camera out. Let her rest up. Yeah, I mean, this is a flawless one.
Saw a kid a couple of weeks ago catch one, and it was just beautiful. No, it was just.
Chrome there. My buddy got one recently with sea lice out here.
Really?
Yeah. Let me know when you're ready. Can you hold this?
He's like, I'll teach you. I'm going to get you wet. Oh, look at that beauty. You think it's 14? Look at that smile on his face, though. You said that's the second one of the day?
Yep.
That's a beauty. That's a beauty.
Oh, look at right there.
There she is. Woo! That's a hot fish.
Well, now you got lice.
Oh.
That's awesome, buddy.
What they call that shit.
Howdy, hey, just an update. Well, like I said, you know, that's this where this big rock is where I was last week. It was kind of down where the pick is, but I had to open the hole up a little bit more, and there's that. there's that clay layer on top of the rocks that we found last week. So I went ahead and put the top layer stuff, basically this stuff, in there, as well as this little pocket here. So you can see a lot of rocks still, but let's see if it's worth it. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, hey. Well, I sluiced out there in the super sluice and dropped it into my super pan, and I got her down almost all the way down. It's a good pan. The guy that caught the fish says he has a channel on Instagram called River Smashers. So check them out. They were pretty cool. It's always good to see the excitement in their face. So anyway, sorry. So I got her down to here, and you guys saw the pan. It wasn't like heaping, but there is a lot of color in here. Look at that, just on the top, there's about 15 flakes there. It's just, look at all those stars. I'm going to be snuffing most of this up because gold's floating on me a little bit. So, top layer, a little bit of the lower level. There's a nice nug there too. Stomach's rumbling. Let's see if I can do this. Richard, I'm putting my finger in the pan just for you. Holy crud, for one pan. One pan, that's got to be 25, 30, counting the microdots. Like those bigger flakes probably came from that clay layer. So we're back on it. The only reason why I hate taking the time when you already know there's gold panning, it just takes a lot of time. I mean, I could have classified probably 2 buckets by the time I did that, but you got a test pan. I've been tricked more times than I can count, where I get a couple good pans and then, but I believe that clay layer is the key, which means I got to open the hole up a little bit wider because there's some big rocks down there. So I'm going to take me a little break. We got another boat coming, huh? A lot of boats, a lot of fishermen. We just had a fisheries helicopter fly over too, so hopefully these guys will catch one. I'll give them good luck and turn the camera off. Back in a bit. Those guys over there, they got one on. Oh, nice.
What are they doing? What we're doing? Are they plugging?
Yeah.
Rowing and fishing like that?
They're just, well, then they stayed for about 20, 30 minutes. That's huge.
I want you on that side.
Well, congratulations, guys. That's pretty. God, that's big.
You got to get down low, too. Can you get down?
That's the biggest I've seen caught so far. You look like you got knees like I do. Look at that pretty thing.
Same thing I did last time. Lose that fucker with me.
Congratulations. Alrighty, just an update. Well, this is where I found the clay again. So I was working my way, and I got another big rock here, right here, and another one under here. Still moving a lot of rock though, but I was just kind of seeing which way it was going. Look at that sucker, that was laying down in the bottom there. And then I'm back into this top layer with a little bit of clay. Whew, tough digging though, but that is kind of what I like to find. It's a mineralized. It's definitely got like iron stains on it or something like that. I don't know, but so I got a couple buckets of water. I'm just gonna start classifying. Boy, I tell you what, I'm out of shape. Grief. But the weather's holding. It's a beautiful day. Them are the guys that just caught that fish, and I told them that that's where the other guy caught one too. So beautiful day. All right, better get my fat booty digging. Gold Rush 23. Okay. I think my goals might have been just a smidgen ambitious, but so I had those 3 rocks wedged down in between those 2 rocks, and so you can see I'm just kind of scraping the clay layer around. You got to move a lot of rock, but I got over a 3/4 full bucket here, and because I'm pooped, I'm going to take a small break. And I can feel the weather changing. It is going to change. I don't even know what time it is, but I'm going to do quick speed pan this down, dump it into a bucket, and hopefully pry out some more rock and keep going. Oh no. It looks good though. It looks good. So I should easily be able to clean this up and get another bucket, and it looks like I can pry that rock out and maybe these 3 here and finish. This is where we dug already, so I'm not pulling that thing out. That's huge. But this actually will move. I already tested it. So if I clean it out and it looks like I can open that up more to get that one out, I will. But right now, there's a lot of clay. It's going to be tricky panning, but again, it's just speed panning. So, Gold Rush 23. Well, howdy hey. All right, well, I got that pan down and dumped into that bucket there, and we're reloaded here. And I already felt a raindrop earlier as I was taking a small break, but I'm kind of looking at this, trying to decide. I know I can clean up that. I think I'm going to try to get these 3 rocks out first. See, well, actually it looks like 4. Let's see what's under there. Then kind of clean up here. And I really want to roll that rock, but it's looking, I tried to move it with the pick and it didn't even budge, but we'll see if I get some rocks out from under it. So probably only going to have another bucket in me, but we'll see. I was, as well, you guys all know, as you go down in that bucket, and that was a full bucket, that was heavy as anything. It got harder and harder to pan, because it's like as soon as you got the light stuff off, you're almost instantly in the black sand, and I don't want to take it down that far here. So let me try to get another bucket, and I'm optimistic. Don't let me down. Gold Rush 23. Alrighty, howdy. Well, got another bucket. This one I'm not too sure about. So I was able to pry those rocks out into the clay. So it was really a soupy clay dig. And it's just all like this kind of stuff. If there's any more in there, well, yeah, cleaned it too good. But you can see here, that's where the clay layer was. And so I'm actually went below it. So this bucket is an unknown. The clay wasn't real dense, and there were rocks in it, so that tells me that the rocks could penetrate it over time, or the clay that went around it. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I know that bucket's heavy as crud, but so I'm gonna get out there. See if I got a nug. Gold Rush 23. Howdy, hey. Okay. Well, finish that bucket. Like I said, I wasn't very optimistic about it. I mean, just so much clay. There's my cons for 2 full buckets, 3/4 plus. So what I did is at the very bottom of the bucket, as we all know, the gold will settle even when you're scooping out of it. My fingers are cold. I just did a quick pan back, and I saw a few micro dots, but nothing like the first pan. So now I'm actually worried. But I'm sure there's good gold in there. Just how much? We'll have to go home and figure that out, because I'm not. Some of those micro dots are so small. I definitely want to get some jet dry in the water. But also, while I was panning, it sprinkled a little bit, then it stopped. So it's a good time for me to get out, because to go any further, not only will it be a lot of work, but I still have to reclimate this. Funny thing about that, I was talking to a fisheries guy who came down and was talking to the fishermen and stuff, and he came over and he asked me if that was me. Remember, I don't know if you guys remember that day where I looked around the bend and there was people sluicing further up in the faster water, and I said no, but I think I know who that is, but I'm not sure. And they said, well, if you do know them, tell them to start filling in their holes. So if you guys are watching this, fill in your holes, because now you guys got them watching. I mean, I do it every time if I can anyway, but you know, now you guys brought down to where the word's out that some people are not filling their holes. So fill your holes. I'm going to take a small break here, and then I'm going to fill my hole. So that's kind of unfortunate. I'm sure it will go away, but I knew it would eventually happen, and that's why I get upset. It's because this is a very easily accessible bar. I can go almost anywhere and find gold, but do it ethically, because if you don't, the game warden's going to be down here like every day, and it isn't that if you're not doing nothing wrong, big deal, but you know, it just, there's a reason for it. Do it. So the good news is I did get 2 full buckets. I'm really worried about that second bucket though. I just got a bad feeling that it was a lot of work for nothing. I wonder if I should do a test pan of just that clay, but nope. Oh, I'm going to reclimate, get home. Gold Rush 23. Alrighty. Went ahead and filled the hole. Unbelievable amount of rock. But we got her done. I have my container of concentrates. Did I forget anything? A couple ducks. So let's get home and clean this up. Gold Rush 23. Well, howdy, hey, I made it home. Third weekend in a row. I got just to the end of the gravel onto the main road and dump. So blind luck's better than no luck, I guess. So anyway, I was wondering if I was just going to pan this out, but I decided I'm going to use my gold wheel, and I got everything ready. And the main reason is, even though it doesn't look it, this is really heavy and almost entirely all black sand. It would take me a long time. I mean, I thought about it because it's kind of fun panning. I do like panning, but I'm just going to use the gold wheel. It's raining right now. Got home at a good time. Got my sippy cup. So this is a different one for me. The first bucket I know was good. That first bucket was, well, I feel that it should be good. The second bucket, down in that clay, one, it was tougher panning. When you're dealing with clay, you gotta, I mean, it just clouded. I'm surprised it didn't silt the whole river up. It clouded it up right away, and I had to make sure and really, really agitate it. And I'm kind of curious now to see, well, let's see. Tough digging, a lot of rock. Kind of always amazes me on those kind of holes that I find or start. Just the amount of rock. It has all the signs of being good. I've never seen the clay layer that shallow. It's usually about 3 feet, 4 feet deep. But it was strange clay. It really was. It wasn't dense. It was there, and it was smooth, and it was clay, but usually you can't even say put your fingers through it or anything. And this clay actually had rocks in it, and that's why I kept going down. It would have helped if the water table didn't move up, but it's got me curious. Yeah. Fun day though. I mean, I enjoyed it. The second fisherman group that I saw that guy catching fish, he was kind of a grump butt. Probably didn't like being on camera, but you know, whatever. So, got my kitchen type strainer device, according to Flower Gold Wizard, and a whole heck of a lot of cons for just 2 buckets. And so I'll make sure and get this all classified out, and then get them into my Emma Gemma bin. So let me get to it. Good mood, good day. Glad I got out. Oh geez, I almost forgot. I gotta grab my snuffer bottle. I still have my test pan in that. Ooh. Gold Rush 23. Howdy. All right. Well, I got her all cleaned up. Not bad. I got a few larger flakes in there, but a lot, I mean a lot of microdots. So the light's not really great. Excuse me. But it's raining and I don't want to go out in the rain. Let me see if I can't get you in the sea. Let's see if I can tap it up here for you. That's a pretty little smile. So those microdots do add up. 2 buckets, very good. 2 tough buckets. Excuse me. So I'm happy with that. In truth, I wish I would have separated those buckets, because I don't know if all those came from the clay, the second bucket, but I know the larger flakes seem to have come from the layer just above it. I mean, just at the clay. So I'm going to kind of blame myself for that. That was dumb. See, and that's why I've always said I test in layers, and now I don't know. And like a knucklehead, I had another container. I could have put one in one and one in the other. So really, that's a fumble on my part, because now I don't know. I don't know if I ever go back to that particular spot. Do I just go to the clay and that's it, and just do a wider area? Because that test pan was really good. Oh, I forgot to dump my snuffer in there. So that plus my snuffer. Bottom line is, it was a good day. She's a-raining out there. I'm glad I got out. I feel like a knucklehead for not separating that layer there. But I still got, I feel, pretty dang good gold. It's not going to measure up to much, but we all know I don't get that kind of gold anyway. The other spot I found that I'm waiting for Rich on had larger flakes, nugs. So this is a good spot just for fiddle farting around. Yeah. Okay, so that being said, I gotta say I gained quite a few subscribers. I'm over 250 now. Thank you. But that also means I'm halfway to that 500. And I promise you guys that when we hit 500, I'm going to make up some Pacific Northwest Gold Rusher pay dirt. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to also, whatever I run for that day, I'm also going to add a gram. So, I don't know how I don't know anything about this stuff, guys. I'm an old, broken down fart, and but we'll figure it out. So when I hit that 500 mark, somebody's going to get a minimum of a gram of gold. But to get it, you got to go through that black sand like I do. So keep them coming if you got it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Definitely leave me a comment. You guys keep your videos coming. I'm still finding more and more and more coming. I appreciate them. I love my prospector porn. Nothing's better than drinking your coffee and watching that in the morning, I'll tell you what. But I appreciate every one of you that subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment. I try to get to each one. I may not be the swiftest boat in the fleet, but I can kind of type. But I appreciate all of you. Get out there and find them nugs. Gold Rush 23.